We are we are live.
Yeah, watching the No Jumper podcast right now. We just got it on, and these are a couple strippers. You're saying, Dallas?
Yeah, these are some strippers.
Look at the thickness those black girls are carrying with them. Oh my god, they would probably just laugh at me. They would probably laugh at my erection. You know what I mean? They're probably used to dealing with some fucking pipes. Some serious fucking pipes, dude.
Yeah, they were saying something about, I guess, like, this is, they do like parties and stuff like that, like private parties, and they just pull up.
And they'll just suck every wiener there.
I'm pretty sure.
Love to have them at a party of mine. Redhawk recap. This is episode 6, sponsored by our friends at Hempful Farms. My buddy Chris, his two boys do jiu-jitsu at my gym now, and they have just quality stuff top to bottom. Their fucking house flooded last night. I think they live down by on the 17 or something. Literally, their houses their cars are completely under the water. Look, Jax.
Dude, I was stuck yesterday.
Completely.
I was stuck in the rain for like 3 hours.
They're totaled. His rigs are totaled.
Wow.
Now they're under the water. But yeah, Hempful Farms. He's got a documentary out. We got a real cool story called "Haters Make Me Famous" on Amazon. And they got some quality shit. They got CBD, they got weed, they got everything you need top to bottom. They got tea bags. And their address in Phoenix is 1756 West Bell Road, Phoenix, Arizona. Thanks, Chris. And sponsored by the Redhawk Academy now on Patreon. So for people who can't train, who don't live in the same state, or and they really want to train and get maybe some advice on jiu-jitsu, on striking, on books, on mindset, some cooking, we're going to be doing recipes. Mariah just put up a good stretching routine up there that I do before bed, that I do waking up. I'm pretty pumped about it. Patreon.com/Redhawk Academy. We'll put the link in the bio and stuff, but I'm pumped. Everything I teach at the gym, I'm going to throw it up online, and we're making it cheap too. So every morning I wake up, I'm going to check my Patreon emails, get back to you guys, whether it's questions about fighting, questions about anything, or just shooting the shit. I'm going to do a book review like once a week, so it'll hold me accountable to keep reading. And then, I'm pretty pumped about it. First time I talked about it too. It's going to be patreon.com/Redhawk Academy. Anything we need, striking, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, fighting, good advice for up-and-coming fighters, all kinds of shit. So it's gonna be good. Yep. It's been a fucking good week, dude. It's been a good fucking week. And I'm just thankful we didn't get born in North Korea. Did you listen to that North Korea podcast, Mariah?
Yeah, it's insane.
Did you, Jay?
No, I haven't.
It makes your heart like heavy, but it also makes you really grateful at the same time.
Like, what do you mean makes your heart heavy?
Just everything she's explained, it just like, oh my god, you can't believe people actually live like that. That's going on right now today.
Do you think she's
Like,
capping at all or not?
No cap.
Seriously?
Yeah.
So she's saying it straight up. So it's literally, because I've watched YouTube vlogs before of people going over there, and it didn't look how she made it sound. It looked definitely fucked up, but maybe they hide it. So they have to have a picture of Kim Jong-un in their place.
In their house, yeah. And if they come and like get inspected at their house, if there's any dust on the picture, like that's disrespectful, and then they die. They get killed. And if their house is to like burn down, their number one goal is to get that picture out of the house. They can't worry about getting like their kids out, their families out. If they don't get that picture out, it burns down, like they're dead.
Wow.
It's insane. And like they rounded up all of their pets, their dogs, because he said it was like too Americanized, and he went to all the houses, got all the dogs, and killed them all. I'm like, can you imagine someone coming to your house and just taking your dog?
So that's called like a dictatorship, right?
Yes.
I'm not too sure.
Yeah, he's a dictator.
A dictatorship. So that's what happens when people don't, like, citizens don't have their own weapons.
They don't have their own weapons, and it's more like socialist. Like they were supposed to, the government was supposed to take care of them, and I can't remember exactly when the Soviet Union fell or something fell, and then the government was already taken over, but they were taking care of them, and then they're not taking care of them anymore. Like they don't provide them with food. They have to work for them. If they do anything wrong, they're pretty much dead, or they're gonna starve to death.
Sheesh. That's crazy. So I wonder what happens when Kim Jong-un dies, because he doesn't look very healthy.
Yeah, and
He's
he's
just-
only like 36 or something, she said.
And he's just too busy fucking eating buffets, getting pussy probably every 30. Who knows? Who knows? But he's getting it as much pussy as he wants. What were they saying about the sex slavery on there?
Yeah, they take girls and train them to be like sex slaves, basically.
Teach him to twerk, and
I don't know.
Wow.
it's not funny.
Does he have like kids or anything like that?
She's laughing.
know.
It's like,
So I'm guessing if he has this kid, I'm pretty sure that's gonna be the next person in line.
oh
Yeah.
really?
You know, I
Yeah,
mean that's
'cause-
probably what would happen.
It's not like a president, right? Where
Yeah.
You switch
No.
every 4 years.
No, they stay until they die, basically. And then, yeah, it goes to like their kids.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he has kids. I don't think he does.
Maybe or like another family member or something.
But he killed his brother.
Oh, that's probably would have been who
Yeah.
it would have been.
It's crazy too, because it's like, what can the U.S. or what could anyone do about it? They can't do shit because
Nothing.
he's got nukes.
Yeah, you can't do shit.
He's got nukes. So damn.
And she's
dude.
like on his kill list, everyone was telling her.
Oh, I'm sure. Just
Yeah.
spilling the beans about everything. I'm fucking
It's
sure.
really scary. It's sad. And it's crazy to think that people are living like that today. Like, you just don't think, just being born here, we're lucky.
Oh my fucking god, I know. So fucking lucky. And it's so, yeah, we're lucky as fuck.
Like, even on a bad day, if you're having a bad day, like, there's still so much to be grateful for.
Yeah, I'm grateful. I'm not grateful that people always think I look like Ed Sheeran,
Why not?
because he's not hot, is he?
Could be.
I asked
I feel like you
Danny.
get more Canelo than insurance. I
'cause
think.
Yes.
really, that's,
Yeah.
well, that's
Canelo gets bitches.
Yeah,
Does
so I
he?
mean he does.
Canelo's
6ix9ine
hot.
was telling me on the bus when we were heading to the fights. He's like, I said, hey, you think Ed Sheeran gets pussy? He's like, oh yeah, he gets more pussy than me, guaranteed. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe he does.
Probably.
If you get those vocals, I got Dexter a lot too.
Really?
Dexter.
I've never even seen that show. to be
Oh
honest
my
with you.
God, look.
Oh wow. Yeah.
You don't look like
You don't-
Ed
yeah,
Sheeran,
no.
though.
You
think
it's
he
just
pulls
some
puss?
red hair.
You think he pulls puss? I bet right after he performs, maybe.
He probably has like a couple, 2 girls or something like that.
You
maybe.
think?
I think 2, maybe.
Is he straight or no?
Yeah.
So if we weren't dating, right? Or if you wanted to
Pull up
fuck
that
him,
picture
would
with the
you fuck him
glasses
or
real
no?
quick.
I'm not really attracted to him, no.
That's gotta look a little bit like Tim.
So you guys have
Shut
colorful
up. Why? Because his hair's red?
No, just the
Your tats.
tattoos, like the.
Yeah.
the whole vibe.
But put the glasses one. The glasses one.
The colorful tats, dude. The colorful tats show up on fucking pale skin.
Now pull up Canelo and then we'll see.
You look more like Canelo. His is just a red hair. You don't look like
you don't
him.
have to. You can be honest.
I'm
It's
being
not gonna
honest.
fucking hurt,
Don't you think
that's
he
you right
looks
there, champ?
more
Right-
like Canelo?
That's
yeah.
more. That's you.
way more.
What about Dexter? How about Dexter?
Jawline.
How about Dexter? Dexter gets puss, I think. I think bitches think Dexter's sexy. I think.
But you look the most like Canelo.
Yeah, I don't.
Canelo
I
gets
don't-
the most bitches.
Does
I
he?
don't know, yeah.
I mean, he's married, but
Canelo's married?
yeah.
If
Oh,
you
really?
probably merged all 3 of those pictures together, then that's you.
Yeah. God. Yeah, it could be fucking worse. Damn, so yeah, fuck. I wanted to talk about too, like people in fighting talking about this guy beat this guy. It's crazy how important in fighting it is after the person weighs in. After you weigh in and how right you do those next 24 hours before you fight. Because it's like training every weekend on a full stomach, you can still train, but then you go into this fight and you just fucking depleted yourself of 20 pounds, and then you got to put all this fuel and hydration back into you and pray you don't have a fucking gut ache on fight night. It's weird. Fighting is just especially at the high top level, it's about who shows up on that day, because fighting's such a flip of the coin. If they fought 5 days in the future, like the result could be different. It's crazy. No one plays that. Or I mean, casual fans don't play that into account. That one little thing could be the fucking difference in a fight.
Most people have never cut weight either, so they don't even know a little bit of that feeling.
Yeah, it's a fucking bitch. And I find it hard. Like right now, I'm wanting to compete at medium heavyweight in my IBJJF and stuff. But that's like, okay, 189 pounds. But it's such a bitch dieting when I know I'm not going to get paid for it. Like fighting is just a little bit easier. It's like, okay, I'm dieting, but I'm guaranteed to get this amount of money. And fighting, you get to weigh in 24 hours before you fight. Compared to jiu-jitsu, you have to weigh in and then go step on the mat. So quite a bit of it changes, but it's fucking hard to cut weight when you're not going to get paid.
Well, and think about how you used to refuel after a weight cut. Like how...
I remember one time I was, it was probably my like second pro fight, and I had a food stamp card.
Oh, shit.
You ever fuck with that?
No, never. No, but I mean, I know people that have it.
Damn, dude. Like a little gift card once a
Yeah,
month.
it's
A
basically
little $200
just,
gift
just
card.
buy a bunch of groceries and shit.
Yep.
Get whatever you want. Just don't get beer.
The gift card renewed.
Can't get it. Oh, really?
Yeah. But me and my friend Leo Bersier, the gift card renewed, and we went to Walmart right after weigh-ins and just got
Bunch of steaks.
Cottage cheese and chips, Snickers, little donut holes, string cheese, and just fucking hammered the shitty food, dude.
Because you're craving it so bad because you're dieting up till that point and probably dieting wrong at this point in his career. And then you think like, oh, I can just eat whatever I want now because I made weight. And then you fuck
like
yourself
shit.
up.
Yeah.
And then you have to
God.
go fight.
What happened?
Yeah.
Chad?
Yeah, no, it's a bitch. It's a bitch. We had a bunch of Patreon questions, so we'll dive into a few. Braden Anderson, what's your opinion on shin conditioning? Yeah, I think it's a real thing. It's always impressive for me to see like Muay Thai guys or guys in Thailand that kickbox every single day and how durable their shins are. You watch a K1 kickboxing match or like a high level Muay Thai fight and they kick each other's shins so fucking hard. And it's like nothing to them. Shin conditioning is a real thing. Like, even if you're kicking the heavy bag, lots of reps on the heavy bag, 3 sets of 30 on the heavy bag, kicking, smacking hard, and just getting your shins used to just being smacked. Even if they get little micro fractures in it, the micro fractures, and then they heal, micro fractures, and then they heal, and then those nerves start to die in your shins. Compared to if you never kick anything, and you don't condition your shins, you don't kick Thai pads, or you don't kick a heavy bag, or you don't kick shit, and then you go kick a pole. Pretty much when you check a kick, it's like kicking a fucking pole on someone. And it could really fucking damage you or break your leg. But it's weird all the amount of leg breaks that's been going on. It makes it like, but it's so lethal. Those calf kicks are so lethal. They fucking paralyze you. But it's risky. If that person checks that kick, you're gonna severely fuck yourself up. Severely. I wonder how Chris Weidman is healing up from his snapped leg. Because broken bones, I think bones only take 6 weeks to heal. But I think a clean fucking break like that probably takes a long fucking time.
Ooh.
Yeah. That was a bad one. That was a fucking bad one. How crazy, though, that literally Anderson did it to him, and then he did it later in his career. So fucking weird. The last thing you'd ever would go into a fight and, like, visualize. Like, you go into a fight visualizing certain things. Sometimes you try not to visualize it going bad for you, obviously. You try to counter those thoughts, but fighting is just so fucking random. You have no idea what's going to happen. That's why it's kind of fucked up.
To that Jakes and Gracie one?
I listened to it.
Pretty good, huh?
Did you listen?
Yeah, he talks. I just started listening to it, but he talks about that, like, just preparing, basically, like preparing for the unexpected, even though that's kind of weird to say. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you don't know what's gonna happen, but you're just like prepared.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good pod. I finished it. I just got the book too and started reading the first couple chapters, and it's a really good book. I love hearing hearing them talk about like the passion for jiu-jitsu and the passion that family has for jiu-jitsu, and super into like breathing and really into mindset. Okay, like the philosophy for fighting and their philosophy for your mindset for training and just getting better and improving your jiu-jitsu. I've always been interested in like the psychology of fighting. Like my whole career I've been into it big time. But it's so fucking hard in fighting when you got a fight coming up or a competition coming up, not to play all these games in your head. It's a serious skill being able to just literally keep your focus on what you can control. Keep your focus on what you can control. Don't worry about all the crazy shit that could happen. You could get KO'd. You could snap your fucking arm. You could blow your ACL. You just can't focus on that. And it definitely is a practice. That's why I have a ton of good mindset books for competing that I've read. And I'm pumped to start reviewing them on the Redhawk Academy. I think it'll help a lot of people. And even this podcast, the amount of people in Texas that we had come up to us saying how much that the podcast has changed their lives, dude. Like, gave them healthy habits. It's like spreading the fucking good word. Even if it's to a smaller audience, maybe that smaller audience will spread it to some other people too, and it's just fucking good. And I think people can relate to us, I guess, because we're younger, kind of punk kids, but still doing that. Still doing healthier shit, not like suit and tie people. Like, you don't cuss. You don't fucking do drugs.
I don't
No,
know
we
if
do
you're
drugs,
a kid
baby.
anymore.
Yeah. True.
Young kid at heart.
Hey Tim, how do you approach a new student in your gym who's interested in BJJ? Do you introduce yourself or ask them anything related to why they might want to get involved in BJJ? Any sort of process to have them feel welcome and comfortable from the get-go? Yeah, usually I ask how close do you live, first of all, because if you live 40 minutes away, 45 minutes away, the likelihood of you coming consistently is going to be fucking hard. It's hard enough as it is coming to jiu-jitsu. Like, fuck, I'm about to go get tired. I'm about to go get put in some real uncomfortable situations. I'm about to go get choked out. I gotta go get tapped out. I gotta get fucking humbled. It's hard enough making that decision when you live right by the gym to go every day. When you're sore and tired and you just got done working all day and you got every excuse in the book to not go. Then if you put on a 45-minute drive on top of that, you're gonna talk yourself out of it. So usually I ask, where do you live? If you live close, that's perfect. If you don't live close, then I'll maybe recommend you to a gym that's close to where you live that I know is a good gym. And then I asked where you heard about the place. A lot of times it's from Google reviews. A lot of times it's from the podcast. Yeah. So that's what we do. And usually I can get a decent read on the person. I'll be like, okay. Usually if they say they've found the place from the podcast, I'm like, okay, they'll fit in. They probably got similar humor, younger kids. A lot of the gym members are like the kind of 20 to 26, 27 years old.
Yeah.
So I know they'll fit in.
And you are really good, though, about making them feel welcomed. And then, like, have everybody introduce themselves. Like, they've even told me, they're like, oh, I felt welcome because I was really nervous coming in here. And everybody was super nice and it helped.
Yeah.
Like, you're really good about that, too. And that's a big difference because it's scary going into the gym by yourself.
Yeah, you forget how nerve-wracking it is going into a fight gym or a jiu-jitsu gym or whatever it is, going in there for your first time. Were you pretty nervous, Jay?
Yeah, I was super nervous. I remember, like, when I first signed up at my old gym, like, they were only, like, obviously, like us, we're open, like, whatever, 5:30 to 6:30. And I would go, I remember the first day I was in the parking lot waiting, and I was like, all right, it's 5:32, nobody's here. And I left. And I came the next day, like, man, I got to get over it. And, like, the next day, I just walked in there, and I just talked to the head coach, and I just said, hey, I want to join, sign me up. And then
Hell yeah.
I just never quit, really. Like, as soon as I started doing jiu-jitsu and, like, learning jiu-jitsu, I was just, like, I was almost, like, instantly hooked, honestly.
I feel like for intelligent people that they realize like, holy shit, so I can show up here, learn these techniques. Yeah, it's fucking hard learning them and it's hard putting them into practice even more. But it's literally like a superpower. And then I can build confidence and I can be confident defending myself in any physical altercation I get in. But going to a new gym for people who have never wrestled or never played sports or never done anything, going into a gym and knowing that you're about to do this is probably super fucking nerve-wracking. But I think our gym and everyone there does a good job at welcoming everyone, and it's not like, oh, we're gonna beat the fuck out of you, new guy.
Unless they're being dicks, and you know
Yeah.
they're being dicks.
Unless they got a little attitude that's even kind of fun.
I know.
You get to tune them up a bit. Slank man. Just got into college, feeling a little lost. Just signed up for my first jiu-jitsu class near campus. Any advice on meeting girls or making genuine friends? Or just advice about living by yourself for the first time ever?
College is weird.
College is weird.
It's so many new things at the same time. So it's like, what is happening?
Well, then you go into college, especially you move out of your parents' house and you're like, holy fuck, I got a lot of freedom now.
And you have to be the one that goes to class. Like, they don't care if you come to class or not, you know? And if you're paying for it or your parents are paying for it, you have to be responsible. You have all this freedom. I don't know. It's crazy.
I want to listen to the new podcast that came out by Jordan Peterson saying the end of universities. And then that article I sent you the other day, JX, about
The camera guy, or just about
just
gear
film
stuff.
school. Like you can find better film school on YouTube than any university.
literally
That's
what
so
I've-
fucking true.
We've always done.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I went to semester, or I took a semester in college for like the video, photo stuff, and in my head I was like, man, like I kind of already know this stuff, and I could be more in depth. I was already like filming like outside of that, so I was getting more of a learning
On
on
real
that.
life.
Yeah, in real life. Like my friends would be like, oh, come help me with this gig. I'll pay you whatever, like $100-$200 just assist me. And like I feel like I learned way faster that way, and actually editing and trial and error and fast forward, you know. I mean, I'm still learning, don't get me wrong. But
Yeah.
But I feel like if you go to school, like, you kind of learn that, but then you still have to put it into practice. So where you already were putting it into practice probably put you ahead.
Yeah, for sure. And I was just like, fuck this. I'm not gonna. I felt like I was wasting my time almost. Like I was like, I feel like I'm growing faster just by myself and through friends and getting my own like network and YouTube, and yeah, that's
It's like, well, especially at universities, I always question like how outdated are they? Because shit's changing so much and so fast, especially in that world, like the film world. Like, how outdated are they? Are they constantly pushing to learn new info too? Or are they just like, no, this is what was wrote in this book in 1995 when the first camera came out? You know
Yeah,
what I
there's
mean?
so much shit.
It's like, fuck. Especially with diet, nutrition, everything. They're finding out so much more about like scientifically and stuff. Like, how much is the nutrition programs in universities training? I mean,
Oh, yeah.
changing.
Not changing.
Not changing, or even the shit Brandon has us doing is so much fucking different than what licensed physical therapists have taught me, or that I've learned throughout high school, throughout other strength conditioning coaches that went to college and universities to train us. Like, their shit's outdated, a lot of it.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And in that one North Korea podcast with Joe Rogan, they were talking about how people don't leave that system. So, like, you go to school, go to college, and then you become a professor. So you're in that world. You don't ever go out to the real world.
Yeah.
And so then they're learning from people that just stay in this world. And now it's becoming, like, so censored, and they have to be careful what they say and all of that. And that's where, like, Jordan Peterson got in trouble because he wasn't going to use the right words. They were making a law.
That they wanted them to use,
Yeah.
like him or hers, or
Yeah.
or no, they or themers.
There was like 72 or
Themers.
something. Themers.
But they don't have access to like how we have access to YouTube and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't
Over
think they
there.
even have internet or some shit like that.
So
out
that's
there.
pretty wild.
What do you mean out there?
Like they don't even
Korea.
have. Yeah,
North
Korea doesn't have like fucking.
No.
internet.
Oh,
No.
fuck.
No, they don't even know like what anything else.
Yeah.
They tell them that everybody wants to live like them.
Yeah, it's
And
just
that-
some brainwash.
That they're
Yeah.
lucky. That
That they're lucky, and South Korea wishes that they were living like them, and America are the enemies. Like, they hate Americans.
Yeah. Well, I've got a little away from our question there. It's like, man. Any
Oh,
advice
shit.
on meeting girls or making genuine friends? God, meeting girls, dude. It's the hardest fucking thing. Bitches are crazy.
Not for down.
No.
Chill.
Yeah.
Well, we met in college
Yeah.
through friends.
Yeah. Slobbed on my knob the first night.
The wishes. The
Legend.
first night we met him,
It's like maybe
I was
ice
putting
cream.
the pounding on another girl.
my friend thought you were gay.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Advice. God, I feel like on a college campus, it might be easier to hang out with chicks, even
Well,
if it is Tinder, even if it is Bumble. Hey, let's meet at a coffee shop and just meet and see if our vibes the same at all, or see if you're just fucking crazy.
Or if they're living in the dorms.
Yeah, the dorms too. You have a bunch of other people that are looking for friends that are in the same position as you. So just being friendly. Fuck, that's what I would say, Slanks. Nick T, how do you maintain muscle while rolling every day? Were you on a lifting routine before you started working with Brandon? I've pretty much never stopped lifting. I've lifted since high school, all through professional fighting, always on a strength conditioning program. Even out of camp, I've always lifted. So for me, I'm a bigger kid. I wrestled at 189 pounds in high school, like 152 freshman year, 170. So I've always been a thicker kid, pretty fat and flabby.
Fat and flabby.
A little bit, not super fat and
thick.
flabby, yeah, but thick. I was insecure about it too. But I guess lately not as bad. Like,
Oh
not
God, no! Like when we first started dating, yeah. But like, who
I'd never let
isn't
my
in-
tits out, would I?
No, even if we went to the lake, you'd always wear a jersey, or a tank top, and then we'd
we'd
we'd jump in the water,
Little
and
wife
then
beater.
put it back on right away.
Yeah. Yeah. So maintaining muscle, because you never really lifted in high school or anything, did
No,
you?
I didn't start lifting until after high school. Like probably a year or two after high school, really. When I
Yeah.
was like, damn, I'm getting fat.
And who was teaching you?
YouTube University.
basically.
We would always watch that one guy. What's that guy's name?
Jeff Cavalier,
Yeah, we'd always watch.
clutch,
Yeah.
legend, bro.
Athlete.
Teaches
He
pump
just-
and iron.
Just, yeah.
Yeah.
Pump him up, Jay.
It's
You can
pretty
see
cool.
Damn,
Damn.
that's tight.
Did you feel a
He's-
difference in your jiu-jitsu once you started lifting?
I don't know, because sometimes I would like stop lifting and I was like, I'm just going to put all my effort into jiu-jitsu. I was really kind of on and off trying to find that balance because I was like, I'd rather do jiu-jitsu than lift at a certain point.
Yeah.
But now I think I have my schedule down. I just lift twice a week and then I prioritize jiu-jitsu because it's like,
I always battled with that. I'm like, dude, I'd rather. I'm not gonna spend 4 hours a week in the fucking weight room when I could be putting 4 hours a week in my jiu-jitsu and learning my techniques that aren't gonna leave me. Lifting, you stop lifting for 4 or 5 weeks, you've lost all that you've gained. But it's like, God, having that extra horsepower in some positions, and just taking care of your body, like Brandon's workouts are mainly to make us feel good and make me stronger, but it is beneficial. Like I for the longest time, I'm like, every time I lift, I get fucking hurt, or it makes me stiff and it fucks my jiu-jitsu up. So I'd get in a battle with Frank saying, hey, more jiu-jitsu is more important than lifting. And he'd say, no, lifting's just as important as jiu-jitsu. But I think it's just a happy medium. You know what I mean? I feel like you do need to do both.
for sure.
Oh yeah, and you've already gotten stronger just from working with Brandon and having someone actually focus on you to coach you, because you're always focusing on everybody else and helping everybody else. And so it's nice for you to kind of take a break and not think about what you have to do.
Oh my God, it's huge. When I go into the gym and lift by myself, when I'm doing an exercise, I'm thinking about what am I going to do next? What exercise I'm going to do next? With Brandon, you go in there and just let him take the reins and you just follow what he does. And he's so good about just being there. I don't think about, when I'm working out with him, I don't think about anything but what I'm doing, my breath, my posture with my spine, everything. And yeah.
And his
can't be beat.
little tiny details, like more like yoga, where it activates like deep muscles that you don't ever activate.
Mm-hmm.
And then you stabilize those muscles so you're not getting hurt. Like before, if you thought you needed to be stronger, you'd lift heavier and maybe like hurt your back or something.
Yeah, old school what I've been taught.
Yeah,
Old school what I've
exactly.
been taught. But
I love doing Brandon's workouts. Like, I feel so lucky going with you there. You feel so good after.
yeah, and he's just super passionate about it too, and he lives it. So anytime you're learning from someone who's super passionate about something and they've done it for over a decade and they live it, it's like, fuck, you're probably gonna get some pretty good info from those people.
And it's like different stuff too that you wouldn't really do by yourself.
Yeah. Nevin Blake just bought Flow and started reading it tonight. What do you recommend next? Also, thanks. Tank is coming to teach a seminar here in PCB next week, and inside Job and jokes I should mention. And what should I pay attention to the most while he's teaching? Dude, if you're learning from Taquino, anything that motherfucker teaches, just don't question it. Just do it. Think about it. Think about it for a couple days. When you get in the positions that he was teaching, think about exactly what he coached and go over it in your head while you're trying to do it. Yeah, anytime you get to learn from Taquino, you're lucky. Logan, do you think either fighters will unionize the force the UFC's hand or another promotion? One, Bellator, PFL will rise and bring competition? What needs to change for fighters to be compensated for their work? Dude, nothing's going to change with that, I feel like, with especially the UFC. Because you have, a guy, say, all the fighters on the roster now say, we're not fighting anymore. There's, 600 people on the roster. There's another 600 fighters out there that'll fight for half the pay that those fighters are paying for. So they'll always be able to find fighters because most fighters are broke and don't have any money. So you say, hey, you want $5,000 to fight? And then fuck yeah. So I think that's going to be hard. Maverick 4. Tips out of getting out of a lifelong of bad eating habits. We're working on cooking more, but tend to always fall back to old habits. How do you maintain eating clean over a long period of time? It's so weird how it changed for us. Like
Slowly though, really slow.
How about you, Jay? Like when did you start eating good because of jiu-jitsu?
I think for sure, like, well, when I started working out, obviously I was like, I can't eat shit, but it wasn't like, oh, cold turkey, like, oh, I'm eating like, oh, yeah, it's a little frog in here. It was in the bathroom.
Oh,
A frog?
it's
Yeah,
like
a
this
mini
big.
one.
Dude, you gotta get him a little cake, a little
Should I keep
little
him in here?
house.
No,
Fuck
it's
yeah.
gonna die.
No, if you get him a little something,
Oh
A
my
little,
god, it's so cute.
fish case.
He was in the bathroom. He's in the bathroom earlier. Now
I
he's
know.
Just drown him in a fish tank.
That's
Holy
fucked
shit.
up. But yeah, I think it's just you realize, like, I don't know, it's like common sense almost, right? It's like I'm not gonna fucking eat
That's
bag,
how I
bag
feel.
of Doritos
That's
if I
how I
want to
feel.
feel good, you know.
I feel it's common sense.
It is, but think about 10 years ago when you were fighting, and then we started eating healthy, got the Dolce Diet book, and I'd start making you meals out of there. Then as soon as you were done dieting, we would eat horrible.
Mm-hmm.
But then we'd feel it. So then we kind of go back to eating good, but then eat bad when you're not dieting, then eat good when you're dieting. Kind of started off like that, and then just slowly became more and more.
I wonder if that's like kind of where, because you start to get older and you start to feel it more. You start to get fatter more.
I was like, I think for younger people it's hard because even 17, 18, 19, you don't really feel it. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah,
what?
no.
And
You just
then
metabolize
once
it
you
quick.
get older, you're like, oh shit, like I feel like shit right after I
And
eat
I
that.
think doing jujitsu too and training hard, and then you eat something bad and you're like, oh, I felt that today, and you don't want to feel like that. I think that's
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah, especially if you're working out, doing jiu-jitsu and stuff, it's weird, but you do feel inflammation in your joints.
Oh yeah.
Like you're like, holy fuck, my joints like just feel they feel inflamed, and most people don't correlate that to like,
Yes.
what did I eat 2 days ago? Damn, I ate a big buffet and a lot of ice cream and a lot of foods that caused my body fucking inflammation. But yeah, that jiu-jitsu and fighting obviously for us made it way easier. But I think when you slowly start to eat better and slowly start to stay hydrated, your life starts getting better. You're just not in shitty moods all the fucking time, or you don't feel as anxious or depressed. You feel good, like your body's supposed to fucking feel. And then adding those little habits and then slowly growing on those habits and then learning more, like I said, when we did that Paul Chek course, that helped us learn a lot more about the importance of organic food and what labels to look for and what foods are bad and what water is bad. Some like low pH water dehydrates you more than it hydrates you. Just learning that stuff, and I don't know, just
It's literally
only-
just slow. And once you kind of fall off, because we've done that too, where we go back and eat bad, just don't be too hard on yourself. Just be like, okay, well, notice how it makes you feel shitty, and then go on from there.
I think it's hard too. Yeah, if you've been raised your whole life, like it's normal. It's normal to have the Doritos, and it's normal just to have Hot Pockets and pizza for dinner, and then
Or if your
some
parents never
Kool-Aid.
cooked for you either, and you don't even know how to cook, like that's hard.
Yeah, but dude, the internet has every fucking thing. It can teach you everything that you want to learn and get better at.
But I think if you can notice how you do feel once you eat something good, and then feel how you once you eat something bad, and your moods, kind of keep an eye on that, and you'll really start to notice.
Yeah, I think so.
I always think of that. What is it, the 80-20 rule you guys always talk
Yeah.
about? I just kind of try to, like, if I am gonna eat like shit or treat myself, I'll just do it on the weekends. Like,
Or try to make it a higher quality,
yeah.
so you don't feel like shit. Even though you're eating pizza, it's like a little bit better quality.
Yeah. Yeah, 80-20 rule. Like, dude, you're not going to always... Eating organic's expensive. Can't always eat organic, but if you just literally do the best you can at it... Yeah, and the 80-20 rule, I think Paul Chek said that 80% of the time he eats really quality food, quality for his body. 20% of the time, just fuck off and have some pizza or whatever. Sup, Hawk? We got a BJJ tourney coming up in 2 weeks. I'm competing gi and no gi. Would appreciate some tips for preparation, game plan, and strategy. Saul, if I was there, I'd be able to give you more tips, but you got to just trust your coach, trust the techniques that you learn, and then go out there and just try hard. Win or lose is not a big deal. The win or lose is not a big deal. What is a big deal is if you quit or if you just don't do it at all. Go out there, try your best, give a good effort, focus on your jiu-jitsu, focus on your breathing, and that's it. And then you're just going to learn from there and just go up. So just go out there and have fun. Jay, thoughts on Volk Ortega? I think Volk definitely doesn't get the respect he deserves as a champion. That's the truth, dude. The fact that Volkanovski beat Max Holloway and he's 5'6", I think. He's short as fuck, dude. And Max is so good at using his range and punching people at the end of his punches. The fact that Volkanovski went out there and whooped him. And then you got fucking Ortega, whose last fight, he looked really fucking good. Really good. Working with Dr. Andy Galpin now. So Dr. Andy Galpin, he's a scientist. I think he teaches at Cal State Fullerton, I think. But he's working with Ortega now. And that last fight, he was working with him too. And you could clearly see something change in his strength conditioning. He looked way more fucking sharp. Looked stronger, looked quicker. So it's like so hard to say who's going to show up on that night. Austin Thompson. Man, I want to know more about you. Your journey and stories about how you became a jiu-jitsu black belt, why you stopped fighting, and your journey through that as well. Yes, I didn't really officially stop fighting, but I was just like at the point where I was like, okay, I've got all these surgeries back to back to back to back, gotten a lot of concussions back to back. But I love fucking martial arts. I don't want to stop it ever. I love training so much. I don't want to stop it ever. So I'm like, okay, just thinking on it from a outer perspective, not my ego, that like a fighter just wants to feed their ego and go beat someone up and get all the attention from people and all the respect from people. Like, whoa, you just beat that guy up. I'm like, look at it from an outer perspective. I'm like, I have the opportunity right now. I can start a gym, teach jiu-jitsu every day, build a group of people that are like-minded people. I can still train every day, and I can probably make more money than I would if I was fighting.
And be healthy.
And I don't have to get any more concussions. I don't have to keep damaging my brain or keep getting surgeries to where I have to get put under anesthesia. That's just terrible for your body, and go to sleep, and then they fix you up, and then Mariah's got to take care of me for the fucking however long after. I was like, well, let's just try it out. Let's go start a gym, and we'll see how it is. But it's like, fuck, dude.
And that was always your goal. It just happened sooner than
Yeah,
we
it just
thought.
happened a little bit sooner, which I'm so thankful to where, like, those injuries are such bitches, like such a fucking pain in the ass, but such good things came from those injuries. Shitty things too, but like, I don't know. I feel I'm in a good spot because I get to train martial arts for the rest of my life. I get to teach a group, and make a living doing it. So I'm super fucking thankful. journey stories about how we became jiu-jitsu black belt. I was a purple belt training at the lab, met Taquino, figured out Taquino has a program that he runs. So then I asked him, hey, Taquino, can I come train with you? And he said, yep. And he brought me over, do the night classes. And I did the beginners classes. I started from the bottom. I'm a purple belt already, professional fighter in Bellator. And he started making me work on Mount Escape 1. Learn how to properly shrimp.
Literally with all the white belts.
All the white belts, learn how to shrimp, learn to do everything. Put me through this whole curriculum, and I just did it. Still, after the pro classes, went over there and did it, and watched how he taught a class. Got to be around him teaching a real Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu class from a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu world champion who was raised in Brazil and done it their whole life. And just got to see how he taught, the curriculum he taught. And then it came about to where I was able to start my own program. And then I'd go over to the pro training, though, with these guys. All Brazilians, they'd speak Portuguese the whole time. A lot of times I'd be the only American there, so I'm just sitting there, fucking little redhead. And they would just beat the fuck out of me because I wasn't training real jiu-jitsu in the gi with real grips and real shit. And these guys were, all of them own gyms, and beat the fuck out of me. 10-minute rounds. We'd do 10-minute rounds, 6-5 10-minute rounds, and I'd get submitted. I'd come home from there so beat the fuck up from getting tapped out so much. But doing that for years and years and years, I started to catch up to people. Maybe catching a black belt. Oh, I'm like, damn. So it paid off. All those beatings fucking paid off, and I learned so many good lessons from that, and it's been pretty sweet. Cold Killer Clark, how to properly use the ice bath and sauna. Like how many minutes in each. Getting ready to get my system set up. I got an assault bike. You know what the best split for building cardio? The web is all over the place. I'm doing 30 on, 30 off. Cruising, working my way up to 10 minutes. Thanks, Tim. On the assault bike, Brandon usually warming up wise, he has us do 10 minutes, nasal breathing only. And I think there's just so many different splits to do on those airdynes. How to properly use the ice bath? God, honestly, there's people that are experts in this, like Brian McKenzie, even Dr. Andy Galpin. But in the nights, it's been fucking chilly, and I usually dip in for it's 39 degrees, and I dip in for maybe a minute, sometimes a minute and a half, and just to really cool my body down. I remember the Dr. Andy told me that the colder it is, the least amount of time you got to stay in it. So if it's fucking 50, then maybe stay in there for 5 minutes. But like I said, there's better protocols online than I'm just gonna spew off. But I enjoy that plunge. I enjoy every time you get in there. It's a fucking bitch, dude. It's a bitch. Dallas, you got in?
You did?
That shit was cold as fuck.
Where'd you get in at?
At your old house?
He took a dip, Jay?
Mm-hmm.
How deep?
I don't even remember how long he was in
I think
there.
it was like, it was probably like a minute, 60
I don't
seconds.
know.
I don't remember. It was.
Capping.
He has a picture of it.
Did you dip your legs in?
Yeah.
Or whole body?
Whole body.
You have to
Shit.
come do this new plunge. It's way colder.
Is it? Oh,
Yeah.
my God.
I haven't done plunging in so
You do
long.
too, Jay. It's fucking
Remember the
cold.
first time?
Hard.
And I got kind of like...
Jay would not get in there at
No.
first. He'd like
I
get
know.
out.
I was like, no, fuck that. I put my feet in and I was like, and I got in.
It's
Yeah.
weird how your brain's like, no, get out.
Yeah.
Best things to eat before a jiu-jitsu tournament. Have my first one at the end of the month, and I weigh 71 kilograms. Body got 70 kilograms, so that's easy work. But I've never competed before. I would love to know what kind of foods I should be taking in same day weigh-in. You know, eat the stuff that your body's used to. If it's oatmeal, just eat the stuff that your body's used to. Don't eat anything foreign to where your stomach's gonna be like, what the fuck? And then during your match, your blood's not flowing to all your muscles. It's flowing to your stomach trying to digest that food. And then you just feel pukey the whole fucking match. And you're just focusing not on puking, or you're then focusing on your jiu-jitsu. So just eat shit you're used to.
And a while out.
Usually before hard training, hour and a half before training, food's starting to digest and I can really use it as fuel, food that I'm used to. But competitions, 2 hours before, unless it's like a banana, maybe 2 hours before, 3 hours before, just so it's properly digested. Nothing fucking worse than going into a goddamn fight with a gut ache, dude. My first pro fight, they didn't tell me I was first fight on the card, cut to 155 like a retard. Like, didn't fucking eat or drink for like 3 days.
Fuck.
Literally.
That's how you used to
Nibbled
cut
on
weight.
just
Yeah.
I didn't know. And then I just stuffed my face with the fucking sub sandwich. And then they're like, Tim, you're first on the card, and it's like 45 minutes.
He said, "Yeah, maybe
In the first round, I was gagging. I knew if I puked, they'd call the fight, but I was
But imagine puking on like.
in front of the guy.
Yeah.
I was gagging. Round ended, came out, took the guy down, took his back, punched him under the armpit, and finished him. Ran back to the bathroom and just hurled all over the place. But there's nothing worse than that. Zachary, what's a good simple meal you like to make after a full day of training and teaching that gives you the full feeling without the bullshit insulin spiking gluttony? Before trainings, usually fix a shake up, a little plain kefir that doesn't have a lot of sugar, some organic berries, a little chia seeds, and water and protein. If you want it more creamy, add some almond milk. But I like the water for the extra hydration and just slurp that baby down. But meal-wise, that's always changing. It's always changing. Sometimes spaghetti, sometimes good salads, sometimes tacos, sometimes like power bowls, a little bit of rice with some veggies and proteins and some good sauces. Appreciative Pat. Do you ever wake up multiple times with a raging boner after eating red meat? Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. You, Dal?
Fuck yeah, I'm not even gonna lie.
Holy shit. And you just beat that fucker, don't you?
No comment.
Would you ever do opiates or heroin? They're basically the same thing. If it could make you have sex for hours, probably not. Opiates or heroin? Is that what you do, Appreciative Pat? I think like oxys, pain pet pills.
I seen Adam from No Jumper. He said that he did meth and then he had sex. He said it was crazy.
Probably, dude. Probably. All the people I've talked to that have done meth, they're just like, you just want to fucking go. It sounds similar to Adderall.
Well,
they
they're
said
both
that-
like uppers.
Yeah, they said it's made of the same shit or something. like
Damn.
Adderall.
Wow.
They're
That's
both-
crazy.
Something in there.
And he was pumping
Amphetamine.
Adderall.
Other than change in behavior, what are some lines that would make you end a relationship? Other than changes in behavior, I don't know. I guess. What would make you end a relationship other than changes in? What would make you end it with Nisa?
Line.
I don't know.
Is something funny, Dallas?
I know.
That you need to fill us in on?
That's it. I ain't gonna say nothing.
I don't know. It'd have to be something fucked up, I guess, right? To the point you're like, what the fuck? Bitch.
Yeah. Well, I feel like it'd have to be to something to where it's like, okay, so you don't want to date me, right?
Yeah. Or like the communication's not working, or I don't
She
know.
burned all your geese, geez.
Damn.
She's been hanging out at Jamal's house a little too much.
Oh shit.
Mariah?
Jamal?
Jamal.
Do you ever just come up with an idea and feel smart and then realize it's already been made before? Always. Fucking always happens. Have you ever ate a salad or vegetables and then when you shit the next day you realize most of it didn't even digest?
Ew.
Oh my god.
Some raw vegetables for some people aren't good.
Really?
Yeah.
They just come out.
They just don't digest well or something.
Everybody's body's different. So.
I think it
Yeah.
depends like what enzymes and like probiotics you have in your stomach to break things down.
Yeah. Connor Scott, what's the latest you will smoke and vape some bud before it starts affecting your sleep quality and how you feel in the morning? I've been trying to fuck with that, trying to get the right dosage and smoking out of my Stores and Bickle. Stores and Bickle products, they're fucking nice. That's what this bag is that we smoke. It's called a Volcano. But it heats your weed up and it vaporizes it. So it's just vapor you're sucking in. It's not smoke from a bong. I did Paul Chek has a course called Healing Herb course on cannabis, and he talks a lot about cannabis and the benefits and everything. If you have someone really against weed, I would recommend checking out his course, Healing Herb course by Paul Chek. But he uses a Stores and Bickle. He's the one who I've heard of these before and I've tried them before, but he's the one who really turned us on to it because he smokes his bag and he talks about different mixes he does. He does different teas in it sometimes with his weed, and he puts like clean organic tobacco in his bags, but he's always smoking a bag. But these products, dude, they'll never fuck you. It's like a German like health equipment company, I'm pretty sure. So their shit is just super quality. I have the one called the Mighty, and it's lasted me a long time. Super quality. We've smoked some teas out of it too. But the thing is, if you guys are smoking these stores and Bickles, you gotta make sure you're hydrated, extra hydrated when you're puffing.
How many times do you change out that bag? Do you change it out often?
This bag?
He's
Yeah,
never
we've
had-
never
You never had to
changed
change
it.
it off? Oh, damn.
Yeah, you've never changed it. I guess when you burn the weed, it takes a lot of the benefits away of it, and then you're like inhaling those carcinogens and stuff. But the high is definitely different when you smoke like out of a good vaporizer compared to a bong. But God, sometimes just blasting off of the bong rip is nice. I haven't done it in a while, but it's pretty tight. Yeah, the Plenty plugs into the wall. Some of my buddies have the Crafty and Volcano. Sweet shit. Ways to save and make money, jobs that can fit into someone's schedule who's training and going to school. Fuck, dude, it's just so. I'd have to know more about your situation to give any input. The tough one. Do you have some good book recommendations for staying in a good mindset and balancing your life? The Naval book, we've talked about it a ton. Almanac of Naval Ravikant. Great book. Start there. Cannon. I would love any advice on finding a community and tribe. I've had groups of friends from all my hobbies, but nothing has really felt like family. I'm planning on moving by myself to a new state in a few months. Shit, dude. I wouldn't know any other place than a gym to find a group of people that's cool. I don't know. Without
Depends what they're
jiu-jitsu.
passionate about. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Something
find what you like to do, and
Yeah.
then find the people that like to do that.
for real.
Yeah. Good books for athletes' mindset. Simple one, The Mind Gym. It's a simple book. It talks about a lot of things that'll go through your mind before even signing up for a competition, or getting ready for the competition, or the day of the competition, or being in the competition. What kind of things your mind will go through. It's a good one. Good one to start with.
I like that one.
If you were in Sean's position with still being under the same contract, what would you do? Would you fight the top tier guys right now, or would you wait until you could renegotiate a new contract, get paid more? That's something we're still talking about. It's like, okay, we both know, the team all knows. It's like, okay, we see your fucking skills. We feel your skills. We've watched your skills sparring against the highest level people. We train with really good people. We know where your skills are at, okay? And we know they can hang with the top fucking people. But do you wait? You're fighting those top dogs. Once you fight, like you fight some of the top 5, top 10, that's who you're fighting now. You're in the top 5, top 10 your whole career, every fight. So it's like, why not fight this contract out that the manager signed, a shitty fucking contract? So you got to fight these fights, fight some lower level guys, wait, take your time. Fight out this contract, and when you're fighting top 10 guys, you're actually getting paid top 10 money. But it's like, the other part of it is like, okay, you know you're at the level. Let's fucking take those fights. Let's test it. Let's run it right now and see. Let's try to win the title in the next fucking year. There's that option too. I think one of the cameras just died, Jay. There's that option too. So it's like, we're just still trying to sit down and kind of decide what's best and what's gonna happen next. Fun date ideas. Just fine. Just go home and get
Put
some
Netflix on.
Yeah.
Netflix and chill.
Get a good
Netflix
little
and chill.
get a good little rimmer. What?
Jeez.
Dallas, you like those?
Yeah, it's like,
You like those?
It's not bad. It's not a bad idea.
Seriously?
I mean, I would do it.
Oh,
You would give a rimmer.
Oh, they used. I'm saying like
Get
get
a
one. I'm
rimmer.
saying get one.
Yeah, from a chick?
Yeah, of course.
Damn.
I'm not saying
What's
get
a-
one. What the
what is
fuck
a
is this guy
rimmer?
over here?
It means licking someone's butt.
What is-
What is a rimmer, Jay? You know that.
Oh, Christian.
Hey, Christian.
That's good. So I think we got like 11 people competing tomorrow. Our boy Jack's competing tomorrow.
Ooh,
We're ready to
Jen.
go. I'm pumped.
Coming out of retirement.
Finally.
Tear up some of the blue belts. Going to be sweet. But that's Redhawk recap number 6. Thanks for my friends for coming on, hanging out. And thanks to our sponsors, Hempful Farms. Hempful_farms on Instagram. Great dude, great products. And the Redhawk Academy. If you want to, like I said, I'm going to be posting lots of techniques on there. Top to bottom for MMA. Mindset, different book reviews, just different shit. It'll be good. Redhawk Academy, Patreon, and that'll be in the link too. And then the timbomerch.com for those new blue tie-dye shirts. They're pretty sweet. Check them out too. All right, that's it. Have a good weekend. Peace.